Over the past year, I've been collecting some new tech for our apartment, and today I'm spilling all of the tea about how I felt about them. So we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the meh? So think of me as your tech BFF, okay? I've been in the tech space for a long time. So trust me when I say I'm gonna let you know what's worth your money, what's meh, and what's worth your time or skipping altogether. Some of these gadgets are practical upgrades and others might feel a little overhyped. Either way, I'm here to actually help you figure out what's worth it. All right, let's start with the good. The gadgets I genuinely love and I think are worth your penny. First up, the Philips Hue Gradient Lightstrip and the Philips Hue Gradient Floor Lamp. I'm grouping these together because they're essentially two sides of the same coin, and both are chef's kiss when it comes to creating an ambiance in a space. These lights don't just give you color, they blend multiple colors at the same time, which makes them perfect for creating a dynamic space. Whether you're having movie night with bae or your friends, these are the two that you want to add into your space. I literally just used these lights to watch Wicked that recently came out on streaming services, and it was well worth the investment. So here's why I feel like they're amazing. They blend multiple colors in one strip, so you're not just getting one single color, you're getting multiple colors across the length of the light strip. So you're getting more of a premium vibe when it comes to colors in a light strip. They also work with Alexa, Google Home, and Apple HomeKit, which is super important when it comes to integrating them into your smart space. They hide neatly behind any of your devices, whether you want to put them behind your TV, which I already have, or you want to put them behind your couch, which is what I chose to do, or you just want to light up a corner like this floor lamp does. It enhances the space. But to keep it real with you guys, these are premium lights, so they're not budget friendly whatsoever. Think of it being like an ecosystem. When you go into Apple, you're paying a premium. When you jump into Philips Hue, you're paying a premium. But the premium, for me, seems to be worth it. You're essentially getting good functionality, a well-done app, and an ecosystem that works together flawlessly, and you're getting the vibe and the ambiance in a space. Unfortunately, the price can sway you on whether you feel like it might be worth it. I believe I purchased the floor lamp for just over $300, and then I also purchased the light strip for around $180, I believe. Expensive, yes, an investment, yes, but these are pieces that you kind of add to your space over time. And me, as a Philips Hue girly, I'm not being sponsored by the way, I feel like it's worth it and I enjoy my space. But remember, for like all the full features, you need to also have a Philips Hue bridge, which may also be a deterrent. If you're already in the Philips Hue ecosystem or you love customizable lighting, these are a win. But if you're just starting your smart tech, you might want to start with something a little bit more affordable. Now, if the Philips Hue lights are a little bit out of your budget, I understand. Let me put you onto the Govee light strips. It's a cheaper option that will still bring color and ambiance to your space. Here's what I love about it and why I put it in this section. It's way more affordable than Philips Hue, and it can still display multiple colors at once and give you that ambiance in a space that you're looking for. There's no hub required, which is super beneficial if you don't want to invest too much into an ecosystem, and you can connect via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. It's an easy installation and it comes with adhesive to apply them to whatever surface you want to use. I have the neon RGB neon strips from Govee, and I love that these were cuttable. The reason why I went with these light strips in my room particularly is because I was looking for that diffuse lighting, and this gave me diffuse. The tube is high quality and you can cut it, which is super important. With Philips Hue light strips, you cannot modify them. You cannot cut them. If you cut them, you will damage them, and it's a waste of $180 or $200 at that point. Here's where I feel like they might fall a little short. The app experience is nowhere near as polished as the Philips Hue app or intuitive as Philips Hue. There's a lot of integration limitations, especially when it comes to trying to integrate into HomeKit or any advanced syncing, as well as the color accuracy is also not all the way there. You don't have as many color options as Philips Hue, but for the price, it's a solid option for beginners or somebody who's just jumping into the smart home space. Don't get me wrong, I still love my Govee lights, hence why they're in the good section. So next up is the Tienco Smart Vacuum. I don't know if I'm pronouncing their name correctly. This vacuum is what I would like to call the budget-friendly alternative to a Dyson. It's lightweight, pretty powerful, and honestly a lifesaver for keeping my floors clean. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've had smart robots in the past, and although pretty cool, it's not always practical for them to run in my house when I have a child now who leaves things all over the place. So just jumping in there with my bare hands and just using a cordless vacuum is definitely way more practical for me as a new mom. Now, I get get it. You're saying a vacuum, like if it's not moving by itself, how is it smart? It has dirt detection. So it adjusts its suction automatically when it senses dirt, which is something that I love because when I'm vacuuming a space, especially a rug, I can't always tell how much dirt is there. But one thing I love about this vacuum, it literally will indicate if that area is clean or not. So the dirtier it is, you'll see the ring light up. It'll light up red, and the cleaner the area gets, it'll go back down blue. It'll also reduce its suction when it feels like it's not detecting as much dirt, and that way it saves you a lot on battery and you can get a lot more cleaning done. And I love, again, that it is cordless. I can just dock it in our closet, have it charged, but honestly, I charge this thing maybe like once every 2 weeks. Now, let me be honest, I may not vacuum as much as I should, but I can get through a space without it completely dying on me. Because it has that smart capability built into the vacuum cleaner, it can detect how much energy it needs in order to clean a space. It also has a built-in LED light, which is huge. So the light is really helpful for getting under sofas or getting into spots where it's a little dark and harder to see. And even when it's not hard to see, when you're rolling that vacuum cleaner, you can see the dust. And again, it's affordable. It's given Dyson level performance at a fraction of the price. There is also app integration, which is not something that I typically use, but anything smart needs an app, right? It's also pretty quiet and it's less disruptive than other vacuums may be. So some of the cons are the dustbin may not be as big as your Dyson, and it may need a little bit more frequent emptying, which is something that I have witnessed. And there is manual emptying. There is no self-automated feature of emptying. But again, a lot of the Dyson vacuums at a comparable price or a little bit above don't self-empty as well. But I really wonder if it's worth investing in a Dyson just because of the recognizable name, when honestly they perform somewhat the same, if not better. I don't have a Dyson to compare the two. My mother-in-law does, but I'm almost certainly sure mine might outperform her. So if you're looking for Dyson level results without a Dyson level price, this is the one for you. Let's talk about my Samsung M8 smart monitor. She doubles as a smart TV and a bit of a productivity hub. If you work from home or you need a monitor to multitask, she's the one, okay? Here's why I love her. She is a 4K display. She gives gorgeous, crisp visuals, and it looks good from transferring over from my MacBook over to the main monitor. She has split screen multitasking, which I love because I couldn't be editing a video here or working and also watching something in the corner, which is super useful. She is integrated with my SmartThings hub. It has a super stylish design. Like, it is slim with a white clean bezel, and it hides all of the cords in the stand behind it. And you don't even need a PC to make this work. It comes with built-in speakers as well as a camera that you can attach. It's an all-around great monitor. It has Alexa built in. I can just whip her up and ask her to show me the baby room camera if I'm up here working. It has all of my apps built in: Netflix, Hulu, Disney, Prime Video, anything I want to watch. It also has its own cable channels on here. Love her. And she's 32 inches. The 32 inches looks perfect on my desk. It is not too overwhelming, but it is a lot bigger than my previous monitor. Now, there are some cons that you may want to consider. So the price is a bit high. She's above around $600, okay? I think I paid $500 for her over the holidays last year. She has built-in speakers, but they're not like the greatest. You're not getting a subwoofer sound out of this monitor, and it may not be ideal for your gamer with the refresh rate. It may not be top tier compared to other ones, but when it comes to work and productivity and usefulness and smartness, one of my favorite purchases. The last piece of smart tech I want to talk about in the good section, believe it or not, it's my Ford Mustang MachE. Now, why on earth would I be talking about a car, may you ask? She's electric, she's stylish, and she's packed with a ton of smart features. My Ford is my first electric car outside of my previous gas car. I had a Civic before, and Ford is my first step into the EV world. Now, I might have said that this was my favorite purchase of last year, but my Mustang, I test drove her at Disney for 1 week on a whim, and when I came back from Disney, I owned her. But let me tell you what sold me on her. When I tell you she's fast, she's fast. It is quick acceleration. You hit the gas and you're gone. She's also compatible with a whole bunch of Tesla chargers in addition to regular EV charging. So if you're on a long road trip, you have the best of both worlds. You can go to whatever electric station you need to, which is huge as long as you have an adapter, because the EV infrastructure is not quite there yet. She uses an app called FordPass, so I can lock, unlock, start my car, view any information I need to right from the app. And she also has Alexa built into the car. So I can start the car, I can check the range, or I can lock the doors, unlock the doors, anywhere I have Alexa capability. She also drives herself. She has hands-free driving on highways, which I was nervous for at first, considering Tesla's really the only other superior autonomous driving system that I think is on the road. I use her 90% of the time that I'm on the highways, especially in traffic. It takes the load off of me. I'm obviously still paying attention to the road, but it's 2025. We are moving towards autonomous driving, whether we like it or not. Having this feature in my car and also being able to integrate my car into my home using home automations, it's like the best piece of tech to add to my space. I have tell me every morning before I go to work what my percentage is, how much range I have, and I can also ask her to start the car. But there are a few cons when it comes to switching to electric cars. Again, like I mentioned before, the charging infrastructure is not there. One of the benefits of having a Ford is that you have more access to charging than say other vehicles do. And the price, she's coming down, but EVs still aren't at the price they need to be for it to be accessible to everyone. And it's a little less known than Tesla. They did only come out about 3 years ago, which is why I love it, because it carries the Mustang name. Whether you like that or not, she looks good. I get a lot of compliments on her when I'm in the street, especially for men. Men love a Mustang SUV. It's almost like an oxymoron. You have a Mustang SUV that's an electric car. If you guys are interested in knowing a little bit more about my electric car, I can do a separate video, but only if you guys care to know more about her. She was my mom car, my purchase to myself as a mom. So moving over to the bad, I really only have one item in this section. The Honeywell T6 smart thermostat. She isn't terrible, but it's really not great. She's an affordable renter upgrade. When we first moved in here, I had the non-smart version of this thermostat, and I felt it was a little inconvenient for me to get out of bed. I know, inconvenient, I know. Get out of bed, change the temperature, and keep monitoring how I want it in our space, especially during the winter. So as a renter-friendly budget option, I decided to get the smart version of what already existed in our space. Because I'm a renter, I didn't want to modify anything, I didn't want to change any wires, or start messing with things that I really shouldn't be messing with as a renter. It was an affordable and safe renter upgrade for our space. It works with Google, and HomeKit. And she also has geofencing to sense when we're in the home and when we're not. That way we can conserve heat and energy in our home. But she's feeling a little bit basic to me. There's no advanced learning features. Comparing her to other smart thermostats that I've used in the past, i.e. the Google Nest, which was installed in my apartment in 2016, seems far more superior and advanced than the smart thermostat from Honeywell. It's just an outdated experience altogether. The app has limited customizations. Aside from geofencing, it really doesn't learn any of your habits in your space. It also has a hard time with setting routine in a space, whether making it cool or making it hot. It really knows only how to do one thing. If you have it on hot, it stays on hot. And it'll never cool the space down if it gets too hot. So if you forget to switch it from AC to heat or heat to AC, you're not going to get the comfort that you feel like you need in a space. And for a smart thermostat, it's really kind of dumb. Now again, it's something I invested in as a renter because I just wanted to add some smart capabilities to my home. Coming from an apartment that already had a smart thermostat, this just doesn't live up to the experience that I'm used to. And if you're on a tight budget, it works, but it's really not that smart. It's really not worth it. So moving over to the meh section, let's start with the Alexa Pop and the Alexa Spot. They're functional, but nothing groundbreaking. I recently added these two items to our home over the holidays because they were on sale, and I felt like some of my A's needed a little bit of an update, and they look updated as well. They look a lot better than the generation 1s and 2s that I had in place. You have your full A capabilities, and you also have your privacy options, which is really good. Again, super basic. The sound quality, basic. Don't expect a surround sound theater of music. It's just not there. The Spot also has a display, but it's limited. There's no video playback. There's nothing. I have the older Spot, and I feel like it had more functionality than this current one does. I was able to make phone calls from it, do video phone calling, get videos on it. Although the screen was super small, I still had that capability. This new Spot has lost all of that capability and it's just a screen that displays a clock. I would say to skip these updates if you already have A in your home. There's no need to really add them. I don't think they're groundbreaking or really worth it. Do they still perform the functions they're supposed to? Yeah, they do. That's why they're meh. Okay, and for my final item in the meh section, and the final item that we're talking about today, it is none other than my smart toaster. It's a toaster with a touchscreen. Fun, but let's be real. Let's talk about some of the pros of this smart toaster. It has a very sleek design. It has Instaglow, which is supposed to provide even toasting, and it's unique and pretty attention grabbing for anybody who comes into your home. So it quickly heats up and toasts bread faster than your traditional toasting while like locking in the moisture. It also produces a constant high quality toast that is pretty crispy on both sides. You have 6 different customizable settings, features 6 different bread options. You can do bread, bagels, waffles, pastries, English muffin, and like toaster strudels, and 7 different browning levels. You can toast from frozen or you can toast from fresh, ensuring that you have the perfect toast every single time. Again, it has that sleek and intuitive interface, and it adds a high-tech modern aesthetic to your kitchen. But at almost $300, guys, it's just a toaster. Now, my fiance will beg to differ here. He thinks it's the best toaster to hit the market. But for $300, I'm being real with you guys. If you aren't heavy into tech and you feel like it's not something that is necessary, don't get it. It looks great in my kitchen. That's why it's in my meh section. Not good, not bad. It depends on what you want to pull out of your pocket for this toaster. All right, y'all, so now I want to hear from you. What tech item have you been eyeing? What tech items are you interested in? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, also, if you made it this far in the video, be sure to comment Tech Bestie approved. That way I know you are a real one and you made it all the way through to this video. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you made it this far, you might as well hit the button. It's free. TikTok is gone, what else you gonna do? Be sure to check out any of my other previous tech videos. I have tons on my channel. And if there's anything else you would like to see, be sure to leave it in the comments below. All right, y'all, I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.